Okay, we are doing our last exercise in week 4. If you've made it this far, congratulations. I'm very excited to have you. I can't believe this is the last video. We just talked about journaling and how to process your rides and turn your experiences into useful information. Now we have to talk about gratitude. Gratitude is a force of nature that I think people underestimate. When I was in grad school, gratitude really became on the forefront with this researcher named Martin Seligman. I remember seeing Dr. Seligman at a conference, and he was just surrounded by people. And I was so excited because his research was the foundation to my research. And it was just such a forward thinking way in a world of that had pathologized mental health. And we had used pathology as a way to understand how to up level. And he was saying, no, there's another way we can do this. And really, truly, he took this from ancient Eastern thought, right? That umbrella of healing, health. So gratitude is not about pretending everything is fine. It's not ignoring the hard stuff. It's not saying, well, at least I have a horse or I have to think positive. That is not gratitude. That is just bypassing the idea of gratitude. And real gratitude is not erasing what is hard. I think that's the piece that most people misunderstand. What gratitude is, it helps your brain notice what is good, what is growing, what is working, what is possible. And for anxious riders, that matters a lot. That's a must because anxiety has a negativity bias, right? It scans always for danger. It remembers every mistake and it replays the awkward moments. The reason why this happens is because your nervous system is literally just trying to protect you. Again, it's trying to keep you on the couch. It's trying to keep you safe. It's trying to do its job. It's not trying to sabotage you. But your brain, when it only scans for threat, you miss the evidence of your progress. So gratitude becomes this amazing training tool to help you see your progress. It trains your attention. It teaches your brain to look for safety, connection, effort, improvement, and possibility in the growth. And the more you practice noticing those things, the easier they become to access, right? Just with everything else. And this piggybacks beautifully off of the journaling. So remember Annie Kuntz, I was telling you about her story about using the journal, writing in her journal to help her elevate. It's not simply just writing in your journal. She is a heptathlete, which if you don't know what a heptathlon is, it's 7 events in one competition. So imagine having to run hurdles, jumps, throws, sprint, and then keep going back again and again. Even if you didn't do it perfect the first time, this requires unbelievable levels of adjustability to be able to recover and reset after a mistake, right? You cannot let one mistake define your whole identity and then consequently let that one mistake define the rest of the day, but also the rest of her progress. The same thing with writing. What I see a lot with my clients is that they do let that one mistake unravel them and it becomes the precipice for their entire ride. You can't let that one mistake unravel you. And that's what gratitude protects you from. It helps you see that you can reset, that you can become adjustable. And the essence is to become cognitively adjustable, to have your mind be able to recover quickly if you miss a distance or you pick up the wrong lead or you mess up on your configuration. You don't just give up, you keep going, or your horse spooks right when you enter the ring. And that can really unsettle someone, right? With gratitude, you can come back online and present. That's the purpose of this last week. Annie talked publicly about using daily mindfulness, meditation to train her brain for competition, but also she talked a lot about daily journaling around her goals and execution. I love that because it comes back to the basics. It shows you that mindset work is not glamorous, that no matter where you are, whether you're a beginner or advanced, these tools work. And it's not about constantly reinventing the wheel. It's using them and making them elevate with you. It's really not complicated. And there is no secret, like separate mindset hack that only elite athletes have access to. This is the foundation. These are the basics, but it's using them consistently and being disciplined. I think too, what I really respect when I've studied high performers is that they move away from saying just stay positive, because that's not real life. You're not always going to feel positive about what you're doing. You're not always going to feel sunshine and rainbows about your ride, your progress, your nerves, or your horse. Instead, it's about accepting what is happening now in the moment and working through that. So week 4 was not pretending everything is okay. It was really about training you to come back to the moment, whether it's using journaling or it's using the gratitude to unlock your brain. Here's the gratitude effect, right? Page 64. As you read through this section, I want you to think of gratitude as part of your practice. It will help you become more focused. Where your attention goes, your anxiety will follow, right? So I always have a little element of anxiety in the background. Remember the upside down U we talked about. There's an element or a level of anxiety that you need to keep always in order to perform. So if your attention goes to that spiral, then you go to this extreme end of producing a lot of anxiety that will shut down your body, your aids, your ability to ride and be coherent and consistent with your horse. But if your attention goes to the gratitude, to your progress, you'll keep it more balanced in that sweet spot, in that inverted U. And if you're not understanding what I'm talking about, that's in week 1 and 2, I would go back and review that. On page 64, 65, I kind of just talk about everything I just shared with you. We're going to go to page 66 now. And in this exercise, I talk about how you can create a monthly intention. And you can print these out. Print them out, put them in your locker, put them on your fridge, put them on your mirror. It's really to start helping you deconstruct different levels of gratitude. So there's a monthly one, there's a daily one, and then there's your best moments. And when you're doing these exercises, I'm not going to walk you through every single step of the exercise, but you're looking for small wins like, oh, I felt my hands just give at that one moment, and define that moment. When was it? When you after you picked up the canner, at the jump, wherever it is in the spooky corner. I noticed that I started breathing. I noticed I started eating between my rounds and drinking. That is significant because that says that your anxiety has lowered. Or you just notice that your thoughts started showing some curiosity. Doesn't matter, just put it all down. All of it matters. And then that list is going to become your evidence. It's going to become something that you come back to, that you keep evolving. And then over time, hopefully you'll see that progress from day 1. And this is the last exercise of the entire workbook, your best moments. This is my favorite one of the entire workbook because it will help you visually see your progress with your confidence and your anxiety. And if you're, again, not quietly celebrating these moments, how will you ever know you've accomplished them? So out of this entire book, you need one exercise. This is the one I would pick and do. That concludes our entire workbook. So meet me in the last video and we'll say our goodbyes, and we're going to look back at what you've done across all 4 weeks, what has changed, how you keep using these tools on your own. When you're ready, meet me in there.